Got something pretty cool to show you today. Finally have my very first full complete big girl camp cook set. You know, I really wish I knew about this cook set before I went out and bought my thrift store pan. Hey guys, welcome back to Whatever Wednesdays. Today I'm pretty excited to show you this cook set sitting right here next to me, and it's by Firemaple. Like I said, I wish I knew about this before I had actually, I needed a frying pan, so as you might know, I went out to the thrift store, which is fine, and I went out and bought a frying pan. But this right here is a proper cook set for camp. Okay, so I'm excited to have this. And the kettle, I did take it out and look at it, so as you saw from the shot, I looked at the kettle and it looks really small, so I do want to fill it up with water and see how much water we can get out of it. Is it enough to boil like a ramen noodle package? Is it enough to get a full mug cup of coffee? So let's go over the contents of the Feast 4 by Firemaple. So I thought this would be a perfect location to show you this cook set here. We're in a campground, we're in a camp situation, and yeah, I was excited. I feel like I've developed a pretty good relationship with Firemaple, so thank you first off to Firemaple for letting me try out the Feast 4. And I believe they call it the Feast 4 because there's 4 pieces of cooking equipment in this box. Don't let the size of this box deceive you. There's a lot in here. So let's just open it up and see what you get. First off, I was like, what is this? This is just a little rice scoop that they include. So that's pretty handy. I guess you could use that as a spatula as well. So you get that. All right, so here is the fry pan. Let me just get the box out of the way for 2 seconds. Nice lightweight size, and I'll put all the dimensions up on the screen. I noticed the handle on this is basically the same almost as the pots or the stoves that they have. It's a nice locking handle. It's pretty secure. It's not slippy, and it's not gonna, once there's food in it, it's not gonna fold back on you. You have to press this little locking mechanism right there, and the handle goes down. And this is what the inside of the pan looks like, and the bottom. All of this cookware is made out of a hard anodized aluminum and stainless steel construction, ABS PP. So there's that. That is the pan, good size. Can't wait to use this. Seems pretty solid. Then you have the pretty big size pot. Let's get that open. Lid. And this lid that fits this pot right here also will fit the pan as well. All the lids have 5 little holes here for steam and venting, so that's pretty cool. So this pan, that lid does fit the pan and the pot. All right, what else we have in here? It's a good sized pot. I like that. That's a pretty generous pot, and it does have your measurements along the lines. Yeah, this pot, the large pot, yeah, this is a 2-liter pot, and the smaller pot is a 1.5 liter. The fry pan is a 27 fluid ounces. Like I said, I'll put this all up on the screen. The whole cook set in its entirety weighs 2.2 pounds or 101 kilograms. So yeah, good size pot. Another lid for the smaller pot. Just put all this paper. They also provide you with a couple of cups, either mixing cups, bowls. I guess in a pinch you could use it as a mug, but a couple little bowls, little mixing bowls. Nice. This is the medium-sized pot, and this is the large, so you can see the size difference right there. same locking handle. I imagine these would work great. I already have a couple of the Firemaple stoves and the Green Peak stove, so I'm sure this would be designed for that. I'm not sure, you could probably put these over like a small flame, but I would probably stay clear of, you know, having this directly over a flame. This is a really hard plastic, so there is a potential it could melt. So this is a perfect set to use with gas canisters and maybe over a small flame. I like that. This is a good size to bring out on camp. You can put all your little meals in there, your little pouches and your all that, and just put the water in there, boil that up. I like that. This to me is awesome. Let me just move this aside. This is like the little perfect, hold on a second, Ariel. It's real life. Planes fly by. Look at this kettle. Like I said, I will put all the dimensions up on the screen. And inside the kettle, they even give you a little sponge. So you have like a little sponge to clean. This thing's huge. I'm probably just gonna cut it down the center and get 2 of them, you know? So that's the sponge. Like I said, I'm gonna just cut that so I have 2 of them. I don't really need this big old sponge. So that is pretty awesome. But yeah, so this is the Feast 4 cook set by Firemaple, and I really appreciate that they sent this out to me, and I'm excited to use it, and you will be seeing me use this on upcoming camps. I think this little rice paddle could probably be used as a spatula. So when we use this out on camp, I'm gonna use this to see if we can, you know, flip our food and all that kind of stuff. I like that. This is like the cutest little thing ever, but I wanna fill this up and see if I can get a good size quality mug cup of coffee out of here. And I'm sure this will have enough water for all, you know, your pot noodle type things, your noodles, whatever it is that you need, maybe dehydrated meals, tea, coffee, whatever. It's a kettle, so whatever you need to boil up a little water, you know, some water for. So let's get to doing that. This is a really good size. This smaller one, I mean, this is nice. This is a 1.5 liter size, and I think you can see all the lids do have, you know, 5 little holes for steam. This seems pretty solid. What am I doing? I'm just testing the durability of this handle. You know how sometimes handles, this one seems pretty solid. So I do have to say, I mean, I'm not being paid. Firemaple's not paying me or anything like that. I'm really happy to show you this. I asked for a code. If you want to save, you know, if you're interested in this, or if you need a cook set, like I needed a cook set, and I kind of wish that, I do kind of wish I was offered this before I was looking for a pan, you know, so this is going to replace that pan that I purchased at the thrift store. Now don't get me wrong, I'm still going to use that, but I'm just going to use it in my house. This is my dedicated cook set that I'm going to be using out on camp. And I'm kind of excited about it. I've never had like a cook set, like a cohesive all-in-one cook set. Like I feel like I get my big girl cook set right here. So this is gonna be awesome. And I love the fact that it's compact. Let's see, let's do this. Let's do this. This is pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't, I'd imagine, you know, this would not take up a whole bunch of space. The stuff sack that it comes in, I don't even know if I brought it. This all comes in a bigger one of these. So everything is contained right here. But yeah, so guys, what I want to do is, just because this little kettle seems really small, I want to use it and see if we get an actual decent sized cup of coffee out of it. All right, I'll bring you back in a second when we're using and testing out this kettle. Right, so I do really want to try out this kettle. I love this kettle. So what we're going to do is fill it up. It's pretty deceiving. It looks like it's going to hold a lot more than I think it is. Okay. Okay, so our kettle is full. Set that aside. Hope I have enough gas left. Hope I have enough gas left. This is the Firemaple Green Peak stove. So we'll get this on the canister. It's like a Firemaple afternoon. But yeah, I'm excited to have this cook set. I feel like it's, you know, it's all cohesive. I have everything I need right here in this cook set. All right, let's try this out. So, look at that. That's just the cutest thing. I love it. All right. So I already have coffee in here, so while this is boiling up and doing its thing, the lid on this little tea kettle right there, it does have holes. It has like 3 little holes on there for venting, for steaming. So we'll see how this does. The handles I seem to like, and they come in a different color. This is what they sent me. So if you're not a fan of the orange, I mean, I don't mind. But they also have the same exact thing in like in a black colorway. I like the black, but this is fine. It's fine. But they do have other colors. So if you want to check Firemaple gear. Oh, is this already boiling? Just about. See that? Look at the steam on there already. But yeah, so if you're interested in this, like I said, feel free to go to firemaplegear.com. Use code Marlo10 if you're interested in saving some money. And if this isn't something that you're in need of, see what else they have. You can use that code on absolutely anything site-wide that you may be needing something. You know, feel free to check it out. And like I said, they're not paying me, so I just want you to know that. And I do have a code for you guys. All right, I'm just gonna do this in real time. We're gonna boil up this water. This pan right here, I think would be the perfect size to put, you know, those pouches, like say a rice pouch or whatever it is in the boiling water. You could stuff it right down into this, or that if you want. I mean, you can make some good meals on this thing, I think. This thing is the perfect size though. I mean, they're calling it a rice scoop. Let's see where we are. Almost boiling, almost. Almost. Let's just let it do its thing. But the way this is shaped, it kind of has that little like curve right there. I think you can see that. And it almost seems to work with how this pan is designed on the inside, you know? So we'll see how that goes. I know it's designed for rice, but you never know. It could work. All right, come on. I'm just hoping I have enough gas. Come on, let me have enough gas. I can hear the boil. I love this cook set. I'm like, I can't wait to use it. It's funny what you get excited over, right? If this was just like a month sooner, you know. But I am still gonna use that pan that I bought. I'll just use it at home. Oh yeah, look at that. We're almost at a boil. We're almost at a full boil. That's like the perfect little size. I like it. We're already at a boil. Look at that little sponge. Okay. Look at this. I love this little kettle. Oh yeah. All right, now that's about right, and we're gonna see how much water we have left over. This is a pretty big mug right here. It just never gets old. It just never, ever, ever gets old. Enjoying a cup of coffee or tea out in the woods. So that's a full cup. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's a full cup. Let's get my lid. And we'll see how much water is left in there. Now the kettle is, I think, a 0.8 liter or 27 fluid ounces, so it does hold a lot. I mean, I'm inside of a cabin. It's okay if I just pour some water, but there's a lot of water still left in here. Look at that. So it holds a lot of water. Is that it? Nice. I love this little kettle. Yeah, this is a pretty good sponge that they provided. I mean, you could probably almost get away with cutting this into fours. I mean, how much sponge do you need? You only need a little bit to get in there and, you know, kind of clean it out or anything. But they even included a sponge, which was really cool. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on the Firemaple Feast 4 cook set? This set has the potential to cook up a lot of food. A lot of food. I mean, if you're like a solo camper like myself, this is more than enough, and you have options. You got your fry pan. I mean, this is pretty standard for people who go camping. So you don't want to take this whole 2-liter pot. You have a smaller version, which is 1.5 liters, and this would suffice just fine. And your kettle, as you can see, fits right in there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you're, like I said, this is just a small little video. I wanted to show you this Firemaple cook set. I'm excited to have it. I really am, and I can't wait to get out and use it. You're gonna be seeing me use it out on some camps. And I wanna thank Firemaple for sending me this cook set so I could show it to you. And yeah, my final thoughts, I like it. And we'll see how it does over time. I imagine, you know, with heavy use, eventually this, you know, might come off, or maybe it won't, but I will be using it over long term, and yeah, we'll see how it holds up. I'm excited to have it, like I said, and I appreciate you checking it out. Feel free to stop by firemaplegear.com. Use code Marlo10 if you're interested in this, or maybe there's something else you need to pick up that wouldn't be this. So thank you for joining me, and guys, I will see you on the next one. I gotta finish my coffee. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me, and thank you to Firemaple Gear. I'll see you on the next one.